This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Visit all my work at mjmunoz.com. Welcome to Henshin Inspection. Visit mjmunoz.com/hi for notes and links, and don't forget to subscribe. Like, share, and comment to help me grow. So the subject of this intro episode of Henshin Inspection is why. Why does this matter? Why do I care about Henshin Heroes? And why are Henshin Heroes important to me? So hopefully I can get this over with pretty quickly, but here's hoping. Why does this matter? I don't know. It matters because it's something I've been thinking about for decades, probably. It matters because stories and fiction are important, and it's not because I am an aspiring author. It's because it's the truth, and we tell ourselves stories every day. We try to participate in stories every day, and I think what I like most about the Henshin Hero shows is how, I don't know if it's necessarily how clear they make things, but how, I guess it's not about clarity. It's about knowing that there's more than meets the eye. It's about knowing that there's something beneath the surface, I guess. And that feels important to me. All the Henshin Heroes that I like, that I've met, have a larger message of hope to their stories. Whether that's the hope of the incredible power of the Guyver unit that enables Sho Fukumachi to protect himself and his friends, even though he's way in over his head. Whether that's the hope of, of Kamen Rider 1, Takeshi Hongo, as well as Hayato Ichimonji, protecting people from Shocker's evil plans. Whether it's the hope of Godai Yusuke, Kamen Rider Kuga, telling a kid that even he gets scared sometimes, and that you can kind of power through your fear with positivity by smiling and by believing and trusting that everything's going to be okay. Whether it's the positivity or the hope represented by Usagi, that no matter how hurt she is, as long as she has love in her heart, she can overcome the things that are hurting her. She can find a way to make things better, and she can also, she can rely on those around her, and she can inspire those around her as well to have this echoing, magnifying, harmonizing, resonating effect that will enable them to, to live, not just to survive, but to live, to have happiness, and to really transcend the things that are shackling them and keeping them down. It's those sorts of things that are important to me. A lot of the stuff in Ultraman, seems to be hinting at that. The Ultraman comic, Rise of Ultraman, by Higgins and Groom, really speaks to that. SSS.Gridman really speaks to that, and to the message of hope, and to the, I don't know, almost just like the importance of life. Like, life is so important, and it might hurt, but if you try to hide from that, and if you try to ignore that fact, then you're really missing out, and you're just surviving, you're just existing, and that's not good enough. And it's not good enough because, we're judging you, or the Henshin Hero judges you, or whatever, for that being the state of your life. It's not enough because in your heart it's not enough, and it leaves this emptiness in you, and that emptiness can be filled with something evil, and it all stems from that loneliness, and that not being able to, not embracing, not being willing to, perhaps embracing life. And it's a deep it's a deep thing, and it really hits me. And like I said, I find it very inspiring. And the interesting thing is, I found it inspiring since long ago, and maybe it was all the flash or flashiness, the sizzle of Power Rangers that pulled me in. But even something very important about Kamen Rider to me, part of the reason why it's my favorite, is that unlike Ultraman, who comes from a world of light and things like that, who is this ascended being, Takeshi Hongo is just a man. And he has his failings. I don't know what they are, because he's pretty perfect in the show, but he's just a man, and he could easily have turned and followed Shocker, or turned and ran away, and not been the hero that he needed to be, or that the world needed, really, to save them from Shocker. But he did that. He stopped, and he was heroic. And even though his power comes from evil, even though others suffered to give him what he has, if you want to put it in really modern terms, even woke terms, he has a privilege, and that privilege is something that he uses to defend others, to protect others, even though I don't believe in all that wokeism stuff. I'm not an advocate of it, I should say. It exists, but that's, seeing the world as I think that's dangerous. I think the collectivist attitude behind that, and seeing people as less than and condescending towards them and becoming a savior to protect them from themselves or whatever, is exactly the kind of ideology and exactly the kind of thinking that leads to totalitarianism and authoritarianism and Shocker-like rule. Anyway, yeah, it's all those things. It's that you can take the power from darkness. You can take the pain and the hurt and the anger, and you can take all these negative things that you've been exposed to, and you can just let them reside in your heart in a small place, in the corner, hidden, or, cowering from the light inside that you build one step at a time, one good deed at a time, one act of loving kindness at a time. And you can protect yourself from that darkness that's in you. And almost a message of, there is darkness in everyone, and it can be resisted, and it should be resisted and fought valiantly. And a lot of that, especially recently, has come more sharply into relief, I guess you could say, in my spirituality and in my personal life. And as I try to be a better man, better husband, better father, as I try to learn more and do more good, I feel like I'm transforming myself, and I feel like I've been not stuck on, because that's not the right way to phrase it necessarily, but that the idea of transformation, the idea of transforming, the idea of being able to change from who I am now to who I want to be, is it's beautiful, and it's something that keeps me going. And I think the era's changed. The Heisei era is one thing, the Showa era is another. There are similarities, there are differences, there's overlapping stuff. Some shows are more like this, some shows are more like that, whatever. There's a variance as you go across them, because they were done by different creative teams. And one thing I like a lot about the modern era Kamen Rider, as opposed to the older ones, is that you have these characters who go through these arcs, and especially in the better done shows, the point, or a sub-point to it, is that they grow more powerful as they grow more as people, I guess I should say. And the stronger their character becomes, the better the metal is that they're made of, the better they can prove themselves to be as heroes, the more capable they can prove themselves to be as heroes, as warriors of justice, as defenders of life. And I think that's rather a beautiful thing. And I guess maybe as my spirituality has changed and developed, and as I've watched and examined and analyzed these shows, particularly the Kamen Rider shows that I have loved best, just that idea of the transformation has always, or has grown more and more appealing to me. And to some degree, it's that. And there's, I try to look at things in a more nuanced way. So there's even a secular humanist way you can look at things, but I don't think that's become less and less important to me because, the truth is there are just good things in these Henshin Hero shows, and Kamen Rider in particular, that I like and love and value, and that I think are beautiful messages for the world. And I I just want to keep talking about them. I want to keep thinking about them. I want to keep um, implementing them in my own life. But I have my spirituality for really causing transformation there, and I thank God for that. And yeah, that's something I'm going to continue doing. But I just thought, as I was exiting the well, anyway, I thought as things were changing in my life that maybe I could take a different approach, or maybe I could take a little bit wider view of the Henshin Heroes, of tokusatsu, manga, and more, and really take some time, set aside time to explore the things I want to explore, and not just sit through an entire series of Kamen Rider that I don't necessarily have interest in. And this all kind of started back with Zio, and uh, because I don't have a lot of time, I have to be very selective with the things I do. But I figure, I'm just going to start something, and I'm going to have it be a long, slow burn project, and I'll work through everything as I can. And that's part of why Henshin Inspection exists, in addition to me wanting to really examine, why does this matter? Why do I care about Henshin Heroes, and why are they important to me? And to some extent, why are they important to the world? I think the stories of these characters, the Kamen Rider, the Super Sentai in particular, Ultraman 2 probably. I mean, given that it's a big thing in Japan, even though I haven't been exposed to it, so I don't want to speak for it. The messages in these shows have such a great importance, especially for children to be seeing, and even older people as well. And I just love how they wrap up all this goodness, all this righteousness, all this justice in in spandex and rubber, in a spectacle that really draws you in and keeps your attention. So that's pretty much why I'm doing this, and I think that's going to be it for now. The introductions might be over, and it might be time to get into Henshin Inspection proper. And I don't think I've been kind of debating back and forth. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I think I might just surprise myself with how Henshin Inspection proceeds from here. And with that, I'm going to bid you farewell. I'm going to ask that you check out the rest of my work at mgmunoz.com, that you go ahead and start following, subscribe to whatever, Henshin Inspection over at mgmunoz.com/hi. And the Henshin Inspection is going to be released in the week of January 25th, 2021 through January 29th, 2021, which is Monday through Friday there. And the 25th is the 83rd commemoration of Ishinomori's birthday. He died 23 years ago. Well, 23 years and 2 days, or how's that? He died on the 28th, so just a few days after his birthday, in his 60th year. And so just after he had turned 60. And it's been 23 years since he's been gone. And yet, his characters live on. The legacy of his work lives on. And I talk more about that in another video. Maybe I'll link it here, or the audio I can put in the post as well. But he's an inspiring figure. I don't know much about his personal life, but at least the work he was able to do and the things he was able to accomplish, and as an aspiring author, that's something I aspire to as well. But anyway, I hope that you'll check out my Celebrate Ishinomori initiative as well. All this week I'm going to be posting something, publishing something specifically about Ishinomori's works, probably mostly live action stuff, although there is a comic I'm going to be releasing over on Swing Through Comics, which again you can find at mgmunoz.com/stc, or you can just search in the podcast area. And really that's all I have to say for now. I am working, well, yes, please come back for more Henshin Inspection. I'm planning like a rapid release in the first week of this week of this Celebrate Ishinomori week, to just kind of in commemoration. This man's work is what got me so interested in the Henshin Heroes, and I feel like it's very fitting to start to launch Henshin Inspection at the same time I'm celebrating Ishinomori, because in a way it is kind of a celebration of Ishinomori in and of itself. So again, that's pretty much all I have to say. Go ahead and check the links on the website. I'd love that. I'm planning on publishing all my videos through Odyssey. I'm not saying I won't publish them anywhere else, but Odyssey seems like a good place. Seems like where Ichimonji might have posted his, his little documentary video stuff if he were alive today. It's a joke because he's like a photographer. Anyway, but anyway, yeah, so I'll be posting stuff to Odyssey. Everything will link back to mgwinners.com though, even as I get potentially other domains, because I think other domains could be fun to have linked back there. Like, anyway, I won't go over them, but anyway, over on Odyssey you'll be able to find the video versions. Hopefully they'll never get taken down through tech censorship or whatever, and the videos will be over at Odyssey, and then the audio will be at mgwinners.com. Although maybe I should start backing those up and get them moved over somewhere else private, because they are over on a place that sometimes censors things, I hear. So anyway, I'd like to avoid that, because I don't. I think that's wrongous, actually, not righteous at all. Anyway, I've kept you for far too long. Thank you for your time, especially if you've stuck through to the end, and I look forward to hearing comments from you as I explore different Henshin heroes and the Henshin hero genre, I guess you could say, and examine it and add more thoughts and more ideas and more different perspectives on it as I try to figure out exactly what it is about Henshin Heroes that's so amazing and so captivating, and that has kept them alive for all these years. It might just be the toys. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, folks, that's all I have to say for now. Remember, you don't have to shout Henshin to be a hero, and until next time, I bid you adieu.